Okay, yeah. So you want to know the secrets to motivation. Well, I have the formula right here in this notebook. And let me tell you, it's simpler than you think. Here it is. Motivation equals expectancy times value divided by impulsivity times delay. Now, what does this mean? What do all these aspects of this formula even mean? Right? The first thing is expectancy. How likely are you to succeed in doing the thing you want to do? And then you have the value. What is the value you get when doing the thing you want to do? Finishes. So you multiply the two together. You have how likely are you to succeed times the value you're going to gain from it. So if the likelihood of you succeeding is very low, then the numerator, the top part of the fraction, will be very low. So and if the value is very high, then the numerator will be very high. And then we have the denominator, which is the first thing is impulsivity. So if you have a low impulsivity, then you're more likely to do it. The denominator shrinks, and that in turn increases the total motivation. Because if you divide something with a small value, it gives you a large value. And if you have high impulsivity, if you're very impulsive, let's say you have ADHD, then you're gonna have a smaller motivation to do this thing unless you manipulate the factors of this equation somehow. And finally, we have delay. Delay is the time from now until when you have to do this thing. What is the deadline? If there's no deadline, if the deadline's somewhere in the future, if there's nothing pushing you for doing it now, then the motivation will be effectively zero. Because if you have an arbitrarily large delay from now until when you have to do the thing, then you're not going to be motivated. The denominator is going to be too big. So how do you game the system to ensure that you're going to have infinite motivation to do whatever you want? Doesn't matter the factors that you can control. So now look at the things in that equation. What can you control? Is your expectancy something you can control? Sometimes. Maybe you can kind of break down your skill set and think of ways to increase how likely you are to succeed by just convincing yourself that, oh yeah, I'm very likely to succeed. You can increase that, but that's hard. Now, looking at the second thing, value. Are you gonna gain some sort of high value from this thing that you want to do? You can kind of game this. You can give yourself a reward. You can really break down the benefits of why this thing is important to you. Your impulsivity, this is something that's a little bit more difficult to control because this is something inherent to you. But you can, again, train this. You can train the part of your brain that is constantly getting distracted to not get distracted, to sort of do this dopamine reset and take out all the highly stimulating things from your life, and that's going to make you less impulsive. But again, difficult. And the final thing is the delay. And this is the thing that I believe you can influence the most, along with maybe value. So delay and value. I think these are the two things, in my opinion, you can influence the most, although you can influence all of them. And if you come out of this video and you find techniques to somehow influence every single one of those factors, let me tell you, your motivation to do whatever you need to do will be sky high, right? For delay, setting arbitrary deadlines and then giving yourself consequences for not meeting those deadlines. So let's say you need to finish a short film. right? This is something I saw recently on YouTube. Is this guy who was creating this Minecraft movie. It was really cool, actually. I would highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description. And he set himself a deadline, and every day that he went over that deadline, he would donate 20 euros to charity. And he ended up going 30 days over that deadline because this movie was just so ambitious. If you watch the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But every single day, 20 euros, and that was ringing in his head. And that's a deadline that, hurts to miss. So set yourself a deadline and put some consequences to it. Say, every day you miss, you're going to add a kilometer to the run you're going to do at the end of the whole thing. Or every hour you miss, you're going to do something. It has to hurt somehow for your arbitrary deadline to be enforceable, right? Because we've all set ourselves, I'm going to be done with this big project 2 weeks in advance, and then I'll be chilling for the rest of the time. And then 2 weeks in advance comes and you don't do it. So with that said, I've given you all the tools, and now it's your turn. Take the thing you need to do, write it down, put it on paper, and then look at each of these 4 categories: the expectancy, so how likely you are to succeed, the value, your impulsivity, and the delay. And break down each of these categories into different parts that you think you can game in order for you to increase the motivation. And if you're not even motivated to do all of this, somehow think of this activity and somehow game this activity of writing down all the things for the thing you really need to do. And if this is a project that's really important to you, I say do it instantly, because there's no time like right now. With that said, thank you for your time, and I will see you later.